Hello and welcome to another round of the International GT League. We're here yet again in Season 2 for the Monza race here in Italy. Last time we were arrived here in Monza, it was Resiter who took the victory, but will be crowned winner this time. After the last two races, Gran SV holds on to the championship lead with Stig v Rob in a close second. It looks like we could be having a championship fight shaping up between those two at the top, so you do not want to miss this. Here we are then, on the grid for the Italian round here in Monza. It's Gran SV took pole position, and it's lights out and they're off. Stig v Rob gets a good start. Gran SV drops to the back, drops to second place as Stig v Rob rockets off the line. The McLaren did not get the best of starts. The Toyota BG28 drops to the back, as well as Squeakers making moves around. Helgas moves down the middle of Brownie and Frosty. I think there was a bit of contact somewhere as Frosty and Helgas, I think, just sort of cut the second part of the chicane. Squeakers gets the run around the outside of Frosty coming out to the exit. They're all going very slowly there. BG28 dropped a long way behind them all now, just following as they come around Curva Grande 2 by 2 by 2. Here they go. Miss Squeakers trying to keep himself around the outside. This dust being kicked up there as Brownie's field into third place at the moment, and it looks like there's contact in the tail. He's gone flying across the second chicane and hits a cone. He gets reset. I think Frosty also got reset, and someone's off in the back. It's Squeakers. Squeakers is off at the second chicane. He's been pushed off. He's gone off. I don't know if he's been pushed off or he's something. I'm sure we'll get a replay somewhere. He might have been pushed off by someone because it was all very tight going into the chicane. BG28 moves up into fifth now, just keeping himself clean and out of position. Stig v Rob takes the lead. Brown ESV, the man who was on pole position, drops all the way down to third place now in the back of the grid tour as he falls down the order in the McLaren. Helgas pressuring Stig v Rob for a win. Helgas, the driver who's never had a victory. Stig v Rob took the last victory in Yamagawa, his maiden win in the league. What can Helgas do to spoil his day? He's in second in the slipstream. It's going to be quite the effect here at Monza, and Resiter BG28 going wheel to wheel, coming out of a Scary. Squeakers has gone in the background and out of a Scary. Did not get that one right, but here's Tay going around the outside of BG28. Can Robbo hold his position? He keeps it on the inside. They both get the room, and Resiter's ahead coming out of Parabolica. Leads out, heading onto lap 1. BG28, however, slingshots himself to the outside. He keeps himself going over to the outside because he had the slipstream. Slingshots himself around with the overspeed. Now here comes BG28 charging down toward the first corner. Will BG28 able to make the move before as they go into the first corner? He holds it round. I think Ted just breaks slightly later, and there we go. BG28 remains in fifth. There's an incident there, as you can see. So Squeakers and Shernius, I think that was an incident then that caused Squeakers to go off the track the second chicane. Now Frosty's pressuring BG28. We're going to just watch a replay. We've got BG28 fitted with helmet cam this race. He's standing toward the back. He's in 7th at the moment. Did not get the best of starts. As you compare that to his starts in the Citroen when he absolutely rocketed off the line. I think there goes Squeakers. Yep, there he goes. Sliding through. Helgas cuts all the way across. Helgas moves into the middle. There's a bit of argy-bargy pushing around as they go through, and there's, as you can just see, Frosty bouncing over the curbs, cutting the corner. It's a very slow exit out of the chicane. I think that's why he sort of just dropped off. We'll see all the incidents in front of him now, so this will be a great view to see if anything did go on, and by the looks of things it did. You can see Squeakers on the outside of extra Frosty. Frosty in and being attacked. He's attacking someone. There goes Tay, resets there. There's Frosty cutting, he gets reset. And Squeakers, yeah, I think he gives a little bit of tap, gets pushed by Shernius just off the road. That moves Robbo up into fifth. I wonder, does Shernius let the position back? Because if he doesn't, then he will be penalised. So that will be the incident in question that is under investigation. As they head onto the straight going into Scary, you could see there's Resiter in his mirrors. So I don't think Shernius, he's going slow now, so he lets him through now. But that is a long way to wait. Now I think we're on board with Squeakers. There's Frosty, who just absolutely pile drives the back of Resiter. Resiter almost clips the back of Helgas. Yeah, there's no room there. Shernius muscles his way past Squeakers and then forces him off the road. There goes BG28, there goes Resiter, and there goes extra Frosty. On board now with, is this Resiter? Yes it is, it's Resiter. He's got Brown ESV going around the outside of him. There's the contact. Near miss on Helgast. then he slows down, gets reset, Squeakers gets pushed off, Frosty gets reset behind him. So now it's Extra Frosty's point of view in all of this. Where did he fit in to this incident? I think he just breaks late, and it's just amazing how Tate manages to keep control and not clip the back of Helgast, because that could have caused huge accidents if he'd have hit Helgast in the back and there's Squeakers off the track. So that's the incident under investigation. We rejoin the racing, and Extra Frosty on the back of BJ28. He's going to have a look. Going into the second chicane, it's not quite there. Frosty cuts to the outside. Not quite enough yet. Extra Frosty defends. Being defended is against BJ28. These two had a minor battle in the Nürburgring. Frosty was ultimately faster than him then, and that ended that one. Brownie SV, the championship leader, down in third place. As it stands, Stig has a good shot at taking the championship lead going into this race. And that's what he's going to want. BJ28 in 5th, 6th place Extra Frosty, 7th Hoop Shenius. As Rez Tate managed to get all the way up into 4th, that's good news for him. Squeakers down in 8th. Like I said, Rez Tate did take the victory last season after the fighting, after fending off Extra Frosty to the point when Frosty spun, made an error, and that cost him a shot at the victory. Tate did come home to take the win that day. And now, as we see the championship leader, Brownie SV, one of the two people that are probably in contention for the championship, they're starting to build up a gap from the rest of the field. But can Helgast have a shot at the title? He has a direct impact here. Is Brownie SV behind him? If Brownie SV gets held up by Helgast, which I don't think he will, as he goes down the main straight now in the slipstream, he's going to pull over to the inside to make the move. They go across the line. I think he does. Brownie SV pulls over to the inside. Down the inside he goes into the braking zone. And it looks an easy move, and it is, into the brakes. Atrophelio move done. Brownie SV second. Helgast drops back to third. There's Rez Tate cutting through the chicane now. There's BJ28 just in the background there in 5th place. It's looking like a good race for him. He's seemingly competitive. He's got Extra Frosty now behind him in 6th. After Frosty had problem, Squeakers touching the curb at the chicane, and that looks to have almost sent him round. BJ28 then. In the Toyota driver was absent from the race in the Kyoto driving park, as was Extra Frosty. Tay was there, but didn't get the best of races, so that's disastrous for him. He wants to return to glory now. So as they cut round the Lesmos now, there's Frosty touching a tyre out on the gravel, not as much as Shenius though, going out onto the gravel. Shenius under investigation. I can't remember, have they given the decision on the penalty yet? I can't quite recall that. Shenius is in 7th though at the moment. Rez Tate going slow on the main straight, and he's lost 2 positions. He's going slow for some reason. I think he's had an in-game penalty, and that has slowed him down because he's tried to clear it. Extra Frosty, he's now in 5th place. And so there's Rez Tate in 6th, but can take gain on these two who are currently scrapping for 4th place. Extra Frosty's gaining in the slipstream, he's gaining, heading into Parabolica. Squeakers just hanging around in the background. Frosty pulls over to the outside to try and make a move, but he's not in the position to do so. But if he can slingshot himself out of Parabolica, he can definitely put himself in contention for 4th place here at the moment. Here we go then, going down the main straight now. Can these 4 drivers change their positions? It's going to be an absolute slipstream in duty here, as Monza was probably intentionally built for. There's the long straight to the Autodrome now, Gianna Monza. Tate defends the inside from Shenius. Frosty doesn't get close enough to make the move there, but they're going slow, going very slow coming out of the chicane. I think Robbo goes slow, and Rez Tate goes to the outside. Does he pull over to the outside going into Curva Grande? Not quite yet, but he's still holding it there, Extra Frosty is going for it around the outside into Curva Grande. Again, not there. Now Rez Tate sneaks up in front, going down into the second chicane. They're about to go 3 wide. Robbo down the middle, and Frosty on the inside. He makes that. Rez Tate down the inside, the second part of the chicane, and they've done it in the second chicane. Shenius has gone on for an adventure there coming out of the chicane, and BJ28 drops 2 positions. That was very slow from Robbo, losing 2 positions, going 3 wide, heading into the second chicane. And then Tate's on the gravel, he's on the gravel, Tried pushing it just a little bit too far to get the run on Extra Frosty. BJ Rubber 28 now I think has the overspeed, and he does, as Tay touches the grass again, and BJ Rubber 28 is going to absolutely destroy them all going down the straight, and yes he has, down the inside, I mean around the outside of them all on the straight before they even get into the braking zone, and BJ Rubber 28 makes the double overtake. Racer Tay pushes Extra Frosty, he's pushed him round, and Frosty's gone, and he's hit the wall. Extra Frosty's hit the wall, he's got no damage, and he's not dropped too far behind, but Racer Tay has hit Extra Frosty. He's not waiting, so Frosty gone and dropped back. Racer Tay 5th place, and he's not slowing down, so it doesn't look like, he looks like he might be under investigation for a penalty now as well. Disastrous for Extra Frosty. He was looking good. He was temporarily in 4th place, but that dropped off. Long Live Helgast is in 5th. Long Live Helgast and Huib Schernius have both called into the pits. Schernius on more fuel than Helgast. PJ Robo 28 then up into 3rd position now as Helgast in the pits. Racer Tay, he follows round in 4th place. Can these two make an overtake? Can these two relatively evenly matched drivers, can they go for each other to make the overtake and go see who will come out in front? Squeakers, he's moved up to 6th place as Helgast and Schernius both pitted in. Schernius comes out behind Helgast inevitably as he was behind him on the track already. BJ20's got Racer Tay gaining up behind him. Extra Frosty not too far behind. He's going to want to regain the ground that he lost from that incident with Racer Tay that is probably which is under investigation now from the stewards. We'll see what their decision is on whether there should be a penalty or not for that. Heading down then out of the Lesmores is Racer Tay gaining in the slipstream. I think it just about is. Slipstreaming his way down into a scary. Can he get himself into a position to make the overtake? Not quite yet. He's not yet close enough going into the braking zone. What about coming out of a scary? If he lines up his driving line, and he does, he gets the exit speed. Racer Tay gaining on BJ Robert 28 as they come down into Parabolica now. So Racer Tay just behind him in the slipstream. Who will come out in front as they go into 3rd place? Tay is not in a position to send it down the inside or the outside. Follows him through, but gets the run. He looks like he's shaping himself up. Gets a gap and gets the run coming out of Parabolica now. And it looks like they both got into the pits. Yes, yeah, they've got into the pits together. There's no contact. Racer Tay and BJ Robo 28 both gone into the pits together, side by side, and somehow, neither of them touched the wall. I mean, BJ Robo 28 was on the outside, so he would have hit the wall. He came narrowly close to touching it, and somehow he did it. It came out side by side with each other. Mess Squeakers in the pits, but I need a moment to wind down from that one. BJ Robo 28 comes out of the pits ahead of Racer Tay now. A new rule added in for Monza is that they have to stay within that white line on the exit, otherwise they get penalised. Not sure whether the rule, and he's hit the back. Tay has hit the back, gone all squirmy coming out. He's touched the back of BJ 28's Toyota. Now there is a new rule this season for this race that you have to stay within the pit lane. So you have to stay within that white line that marks the pit exit, which both of them did. And there it is, the confirmation. The lap 4 incident was a 5-point reduction for Racer Tay. So that is that. And also Huib Schernius also got the penalty for squeezing my Squeakers off. You might have read that, but if you didn't, there's the confirmation. Squeakers and Schernius' incident, Schernius did get the penalty. Now, will Racer Tay have a look into the second Lesmo? Surely not, but he's gone for it. He's moved over to the inside. He's made the move, but there was contact coming out of the corner. Both trying to fight for the same piece of track, and BJ Robert 28 tapped the side of Racer Tay, got him a little bit all squirmy coming out the second Lesmo as Tay went from moving a position where it's not necessarily the best place to be making overtakes. But these two are fighting for it, and rightly so. They have the right to be fighting for position. Race leader Brownie SV into the pits now. Then he's only had the one race win in his International GT League. No, he's had 2. He got the win in the Nürburgring. Couldn't win in Yamagaya. He was off the pace there. This race, he looks on it. Extra Frosty set out for another lap, so he's surely going to be teetering on the edge of running out of fuel in this lap. He's going to have some mega fuel conserving to be doing on this lap, but these two are still close together, still nose to tail as we as we look through on the back of BG28. As you can see, there's Reza Tay gaining in. Tay moves to the inside. Robbo moves even further to the inside aggressively, but Tay racks his car out to the outside, tries to turn in. They both leave the room, but Tay's sharper angle to get into the second corner means that BG28 holds the position. So they were both fighting for that inside line, which BG28 claimed first and covered off the inside, which then meant Tay couldn't get it. And this is looking like it's going to be an amazing race. You do not want to take your eyes away from this battle. As we cut, these three drivers are now very close together. Long live Helgas, Brand SV and Huub Schoenius. He's just in the background. Third place is on the card with Extra Frosty not making his pit stop. He's surely going to have to, because I don't think he'll have the fuel to do the entire race distance. But he's going to be teetering on the edge of running out. So then these three very close. Schoenius moves over out to the slipstream. Is he going to go for it on Helgast? He moves over to the outside. I don't know if he's going to have the straight line speed to do so on the Corvette. No, he doesn't. He tucks back into the slipstream because he's pulled out too soon and couldn't make the position. Brownie SV holds third place, then Huub Schoenius is close, number 9, 12, number 18 and number 11, all scrapping for position. And just behind those three is number 16 and number 12, Reza Tay and BJ Robert 28, they're going for it. But Huub Schoenius, he's still in the slipstream going into Parabolic. He doesn't move over to the inside, but he doesn't quite go for it. Reza Tay drops back from BJ Robert 28, Extra Frosty in the pits, and as we were saying, he's just about got enough fuel to get in then. Huub Schoenius also peels off the track line and into the pit lane as well. That moves Brown SV up into second with his championship rival Stig V Robbie, who leads this race. Stig V Rob wants to continue winning these races, but will he do it? Will he succeed in taking victory yet again and taking the championship lead? Brownie SV then, he sits in second. Long live Helgast, he's in third. And this is looking good. Brownie SV, Stig V Rob then leads, Brownie SV second, third place is Long Live Helgas, fourth is BJ Robert 28. I think this is going on to, if it finishes like this, to be BJ Robert 28's best result of his league racing career. I think it would definitely be a strong race for him. He's definitely proved his level of competitiveness here in Monza. It's a shame he missed the race in Yamagawa because he was looking good, and he said so he was heavy, highly confident going into that race now. So as these two are still going neck and neck for it, still both racing. And here comes Tay. He's going to have another look going into it. Not quite yet. He's not quite gone for it yet. As we're in round number 3, race Tay stays in the slipstream. He stays in the slipstream. These two are both definitely going for it before we head off to Brazil, and this time it is Brazil for the race in Interlagos at Sao Paulo. That is the next round, but at the moment Reza Tay is in 5th and he's following. He is following. He launches himself out of a scow. He tries to get the better exit speed. This was Reza Tay and BJ28 going into the pits together. You can see BJ28 planting his car on the inside line, and then as a gap opens up, Tay goes for that gap, states himself side by side. He's driving on the white line, both going to the pits. Now we watch the helmet cam of BJ Robert 28. It's looking close down the inside. As you can see, it just plants the car on the inside so Tay doesn't get the look. But then the car sort of drives himself out wide. Tay's on his inside here, and he comes dangerously close in. Oh, he was millimeters away from touching that wall. That could have ended badly for BJ Robert 28, but somehow it did not. Racer Tay's looking good. He's looking good in 5th place then. Here we go. Can Tay go for it? He's definitely gaining going into Parabolica. Does BJ 28 do what he normally does? Plants the car on the inside. Not quite. Takes a more natural driving line through Parabolica in an attempt to launch himself out, but with the slipstream, I reckon Racer Tay might be able to get him going into turn 1. Unless, of course, BJ 28 defends, and does he? He looks like he's slightly moving the car over. Racer Tay looks to move over. BJ 28 moves even further over. They're all the way across the white line, goes Robbo, fighting to see who will get that inside line, and Racer Tay sends it to the outside, but BJ28 with the inside line. There was nearly contact going into the second corner, and Racer Tay does about almost as a half spin coming out of the second corner, and there was minimal contact, but Racer Tay and BJ28 are both on their merry way yet again. What brilliant racing we're getting between these two. This is fantastic racing. You cannot leave your screens for just a minute before something happens. You cannot tell which way this is going to end, and this could get exciting. You do not want to miss this, as here comes Racer T. He's going to go for it into the first of the two Lesmos. Not quite. It doesn't get him there. Tries to get the exit speed coming out of the Lesmos. Does he? Not quite. He's going to hold it into the second Lesmo. And there we go. Coming out of the second Lesmos onto the straight. And I think Tim might be gaining it again in the slipstream to line himself up for moving to Ascari. Yes, he's definitely gaining now with Racer T. But will it be enough? Will it be enough going into Ascari? We ride on board with Racer T. Does he move over to the inside? Yes, he does. Descending into the turn into the Ascari chicane. It's not quite there. He's not quite done it. But he's still got it. So BJ over 20 still holds 4th place in this race. Still keeping that position. How much longer can BJ over 28 hold it out? It looks like he may have to dive it into the pits soon, as Stigley Rob does. Branius V, then what does he do? He might have the strategic edge. Just Branius V on a 1-stop. BJ over 28 might be pitting in as well as he holds himself out against Racer T. What will happen in this race? They both peel off into the pits again. They look to be on the same strategy. I reckon this will be it for the ends now, providing all goes to plan. Stigley Rob in the pits. Branius V continues on. So, Robbo changing his tyres now in his pink Toyota and pink crew. Then there's the Subaru WRX of Racer T, the Corvette of Long Live Helgas, Huib Schoenius, the Porsche. He comes down the straight. This looks like it could be close. Out comes Racer T. Out comes BJ Robert 28. Helgas, he's out in 4th. Here comes Huib Schoenius. Where does he fit into all of this? He's ahead of BJ Robert 28. Huib Schoenius takes 6th place away now. He's behind here and Helgas. But as Helgas cuts the chicane there, he cuts across the chicane. Now, Huib Schoenius, he's in 6th. 7th place is BJ Robert 20. These 4 drivers have all emerged together out the pit lane now, and it looks like we could be seeing a 4-way scrap for 4th place. This race could be about to get interesting. BJ Robert 28 following Huib Schoenius through the final, through Curva Grande then. Racer T, he sits behind Helgast. Is he going to go for a move into any corner he chooses to? He's had a couple of looks going into the Lesmos. It looks like he might be doing another one, but it's not quite enough yet. Racer T, one of the aggressive drivers on the grid, he's going to just go for it and go for it and go for it and see what happens. Here comes Racer T, then coming down to the second Lesmo. He doesn't have a look there, but he does look to have the exit speed, and he looks to have always had that exit speed, and that could just work for him as he moves over to the inside. There goes Racer T. Helgast goes off. Helgast off the track. And Tay moves ahead. Helgast dropping all the way. Nope, never mind. Helgast has teleported himself in front. That is besides the point though, because Helgast is now up into 4th place. Racer T. Nope. Helgast has left, and we're getting reports that Helgast has disconnected. His internet has given up. Such a shame, because he was in an amazing fight for 4th place as Huib Schoenius slides past Racer T. So does BJ over 28 here. As we see the braking board sliding across the track, so might have just been going on there. So yes, Long Live Helgast disappointingly has disconnected. He will still be getting points for 8th place, but it is very disappointing for him and any fans of Long Live Helgast. RIP Helgast internet. But here comes BJ Robo 28. He's gaining in on Huib Schoenius. It's not enough yet. He's not quite close enough, but Robbo doesn't get the fastest exit speed out of Retfilia, as we see here, and looking for the smallest of gaps between Robbo and the driving line. As we can see, there's Racer T on the inside. BJ 20 is going to want to hold it through on the outside of Curva Grande, and he does hold it down the outside of Curva Grande, keeps 5th place. Isn't close enough for a move on Schoenius. Just about gets that car slowed down. Schoenius cuts the second chicane, and Robbo's gone out wide. And the back of the car of Robbo's slid out, and BJ 28 spins round. He's been tapped, I think, by Racer T, which causes Robbo to spin around, and that's disappointing for him. And now, as Schoenius touches the gravel, Racer T has a look going into the second line. It's not enough. It's not enough there. Racer T going slowly. Is he waiting for BJ 28 to get in front, thinking he took him out? Really, I think he is, because here comes BJ 28 now, and that looks to have given Huib Schoenius the 4th place in this race. How disappointing that is for BJ 28 and Racer T. Both were equally fighting for it. However, it's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and she's not even warmed up her vocal cords. This could be an exciting race. You do not want to leave, as I've said repeatedly. It's not over until the checkered flag. And here comes Racer T. He's gaining on BJ Robo 28. It's looking like this is going to be a close fight between these two. Here comes Resite. He's gaining, but it isn't quite enough yet. It's not enough yet. So as he accelerates out the final corner to push away, now you try to slingshot yourself out of Parabolica, get the right amount of exit speed to launch yourself away down the straight, so you especially get close enough with the slipstream here on Monza. Because of the circuit being built upon long straights, the slipstream can really help you just gain on another driver and get really close now onto the penultimate lap, and Resite gaining a lot coming out of Rettifilio on BJ Robert 28. You can see out the back of the Toyota that the battle is getting close. Who will come out in 5th place? This is going to be a close race. It might go down to the final corner on the final lap. Resite pulls over to the inside. He has a look down the inside. It's not enough, is it? It doesn't look to be. There seems to be contact yet again. It was a similar thing that happened last time, but this time it's ended well for both of them. And that means that BJ Robert 28 is still in 5th place. This is a great race between these two. They have been going on at each other's throats the entire race distance. They're just not given up in fighting for this 5th place. It means so much to them. Valuable points. And here they go. Resite moves directly over to the outside, going down. He heads down, and I think Tay's got him just in front of the braking zone. Who dares brake later? Tay, is he backing out? It looks like Tay has braked later. His brake lights came on later, but BJ Robert 28 holds it around the outside of Ascari. It's not enough there. He jumps over the curb on the exit, launches himself down, and here he comes now, gaining, I think, just about in the slipstream, trying to keep in that air hole that is being punched by Resite. A hole of air just being punched, going over the top of them both, and this is extremely close now. Coming out the final corner, can BJ Robert 28 launch himself out, stay close enough with Resite to make the move going into Rettifilio, heading on to the final lap. Brownie SV takes the lead of the race. He's leading onto the final lap. Here they go. Resite going slow. He's scrubbing off an in-game penalty, and Resite drops to 6th place. That might have just cost him the result, as he gains now on BJ Robert 28. This is looking extremely close. Here we go. BJ Robert 28 moves into 5th. It's 6th place for Resite. What's it going to be between these two drivers? Who will grab 5th? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Here comes Resite. Here he comes now, coming through Curva Grande, gaining up on BJ Robert 28. Do not take your eyes away from the screens. Glue yourself to the screens and grab the popcorn, because this is about to get exciting. Resite gains into the braking zone of the second chicane, but BJ Robert 28 just edges himself out. Still got a gap of which Resite can't get it. However, still gets a kick of oversteer coming out of the chicane. He's been getting that repeatedly, so that might have been just slight issues with the car he would need to find and resolve. However, tuning banned at this point in the season. However, as he come out to second Lesmo, launching himself out, and here we go. Resite versus BJ Robert 28. Who is going to win? Who will grab 5th place as they head down the straight, heading into Ascari? He's close, but is it going to be close enough? Does Resite pull out of the slipstream? Yes, he does. He pulls out the slipstream to move into the side, into Ascari. It's not enough. BJ 28 fights his way, then gets pushed through the exit of Ascari by Resite. This is getting very close as they head down the main straight, the back straight. Brown ASV takes the checkered flag, and as soon as we can get it back from him, we will use it to end this battle. Resite moves to the outside, heading into the final corner. Around the outside, it's not quite enough yet, but is he going to be the same thing that happened coming out the pit lane? Here they come, Resite. Is he going to just grab 6th place or not? They're going side by side, battling, bumping each other's bumpers, and Resite just edges out in front. It's very close, but Resite gets 5th place. On track, but only it doesn't, because an in-game penalty takes away his position. Absolute disaster, but what a race that was. I am thoroughly excited after that one, and Brownie SV did end up becoming the eventual winner over his championship rivals, Stig v Rob, who comes second. It was a podium finish for Extra Frosty on a magical one-stop strategy, similar to what Brownie was on, and in the end it was 5th place for BJ Robert 28 and 6th for Resite. What an exciting race that was. I think we all need a minute to wind down from that one. I know we will meet you in the next race in Interlagos. Subscribe to catch everything you want of this League Racing Championship between Brownie SV and Stig v Rob. It's definitely heating up now. What a race. Squeakers will want to forget that one as he finishes in 7th. I leave you now with the fastest lap of the race, which was something that Brownie did yet again. So that was the fastest lap of a 1:47.682, yet again taken by Brownie SV, who also took the victory and pole position, so he takes maximum points. His championship rival Stig v Rob will definitely want to grab some points over him in the next race. So Brownie SV still holds on to the top spot, 7 points clear of his championship rival, a full 40 points away is third place Racer T, who's going to have to definitely try to hold on to that one, with Alex F. Delage and Extra Frosty close behind him, and B028 also in that fight for 6th. See ya and goodbye.